mean, as someone who is part of the independent media space myself, I tend to be a little less optimistic. I mean, I'm optimistic about the independent media space, but I still feel that the traditional media space, the legacy media space, is still pretty powerful. They still have a reach that some of us in the independent media space don't have. Like if the Twitter files made it to the front page of the New York Times, let's face it, it's going to get a lot of attention, and so we can't just dismiss the establishment media, just like that. So does it matter that the mainstream media is not covering the Twitter files and essentially suppressing this? I mean, is this information going to go out anyway, and will have the kind of reach that say or the impact that the mainstream media would have had they covered it?
No, absolutely not. I think the people who know about the Twitter files are such a niche right now, because when I talk to people and my friends who aren't really that active on Twitter, they don't know anything about it, and they are kind of shocked by it. And by the way, my friends aren't conservatives necessarily or at all. They do care, actually. When they hear about it from, I think they're able to be objective enough to understand the importance of this and sort of the outrage that people might feel about this. One of the key things that I felt came up actually in yesterday's Twitter files was that the FBI was paying Twitter, over $3 million to, work on for their time on working on these requests. That's a really significant thing. And I think people really ought to care about that. But when it's not being covered by the mainstream, it does not reach a lot of people.
Yeah,
they're not circulating in these niches. So as much as we can have, I was part of some spaces where we discussed this, and we had a lot of people tune in, but and people tweet about it, but I don't think it's reaching outside of that.